Receiving simulator transmission. Uploading transmitted feed. Initializing playback sequence. Alright Seipher, we're ready.
Hey everyone, Seipher here, and welcome back to Seipher Plays Pokémon Ruby Nuzlocke. In the last episode, we took on the gym leaders Tate and Liza of the Moss Deep City Gym, where we managed to overcome their... Well, I guess I really shouldn't say that. It was a slaughter, to be honest. One turn, that was all it took. Between Forest's Leafblade and Buren's Surf, we were able to easily handle them. From them, we got the 7th Gym Badge, which enabled us to use Dive outside of battle. We then used that Dive to go underwater and chase down Team Magma to the Seafloor Cavern, where we battled our way to the sleeping ancient Pokemon Groudon. However, Maxie's blue orb activated and awakened Groudon, unleashing this unyielding sunlight upon the world. We are now in the well, I would say darkest day, but it's more the brightest day, as we are facing the end of the world under this cruel sun. So, the first thing that I'm going to do is actually throw up a repel. And you'll probably notice that I've used another rare candy. That'll be apparent for something a bit later, but we're going to head west of this little patch of water that we found ourselves on, and actually northwest, because we are going to, I believe, head up this way toward Route 126. I could get that item ball, but I don't really feel like it. Let me just double check the map. Yeah, we went too far, so I don't know exactly. Well, I'm gonna just head back down this way, and I'm gonna throw up another repel because I'm taking a little too long. It's been a while since I've had to surf to this location, so give me a moment. Okay, we're in Route 126, and now we see these white rocks, so we're going to dive here. And this is seaweed. It's basically like the tall grass underwater, but I'm not going to worry about it. Technically, I would treat encounters here as different than normal. And we found another big pearl. I need to sell the one that's in my inventory, but some Nuzlockes tend to treat underwater as all one area, so if you catch one Pokemon in this area, you can't catch any other underwater Pokemon, not that I really care. Anyway, as you can clearly see from this, Forest is currently weakened and level 43. There is a reason for that, and I will get into it later, but for now, we're going to dive back up, because we have reached Sootopolis City, where the blinding white light is certainly much worse here, because white on a bright light on white rock is certainly worse than any of the sea that we've been having, so hopefully we can deal with this soon, and let's throw up another repel. I'm not really going to be trying to catch anything more. I think now I've got a solid team of Pokemon, and I should say between episodes 20 and 21, I did get rid of Demo. I know that I had stated that in editing for episode 20, but I figure I might as well just say it here. I got rid of him because I got caught up in the moment and forgot that I had basically activated the first encounter clause for the Magma Hideout, so I just got rid of him. Really, it's only a waste of one Ultra Ball for me. Anyway. Seipher, you came too? Under this scorching sun? Yet? Oh, yes. Can you hear out what my friend has to say? My name is Wallace. I'm this town's gym leader. I've also been entrusted with the protection of the Cave of Origin. This sunshine is caused by the power emanating from the Cave of Origin. That is the red orb. I see. Follow me. This sunlight. People in Pokemon need sunlight to live. But why does this sunlight fill us with so much dread? Blazing sun over Sootopolis is intensifying. Soon all of Hoenn will be under its withering glare. If that were to happen... Yeah, you don't need to tell us. It's gonna dry up the entire world. The Cave of Origin is ahead. No one from Sootopolis is permitted to enter the Cave of Origin. But you must go, together with your red orb. You must go regardless of what awaits you inside the cave. Seipher, I never expected you to be holding the red orb. You'll be okay. With your Pokemon, you'll get things done no matter what. I'm convinced of it. Alright, well, it seems that we're the only one that can solve anything in these games, so might as well head on in. There is one new wild Pokemon in here, and this place does require Flash, but I don't really think I need it. However, there is one thing in here that I'm gonna need to find, so I might be a little bit. Because there is an HM in here that we're gonna need to progress forward. So hopefully we can find it. Ah, here we are, HM07. That is Waterfall. We'll definitely be replacing Dive with it off screen, so let's just head on down, and now we have reached the center of the Cave of Origin. And Groudon himself. Now, I'm just going to make sure, yeah, I am below 33% HP, so Overgrow is in effect. Force is carrying the Miracle Seed, so this is him at his most powerful. Hopefully it's enough, otherwise this will be my first time losing a starter, because I know that he's my best bet to take this on. Seipher's red orb suddenly began glowing. And the fog clears out, and the red orb lights up the cave. All these rubies around, and alright, the legendary Pokemon Groudon has appeared. This thing is a beast. Its ability Drought automatically induces harsh sunlight, so it's basically like Sunny Day without having to use it, so it is powerful. It also has Fire Blast, which will definitely take out Forest no matter what HP in this harsh sunlight, so you're probably wondering why I'm not catching this, especially since I got the Master Ball at the Magma Hideout. Well, I have a Legend Vanquisher clause in my Nuzlocke rules. I have to attempt to kill the mascot legendary if the game doesn't force me to catch it. And this game does not force me to catch it, so with this, I'm going to do my best. If my calculations are correct, I should have just enough power on Leaf Blade to take out Groudon. So here's hoping. Otherwise, Forest is dead, and I'm going to have to do some restructuring. So here we go. All right. A one shot, one kill. Thank you, Forest. Groudon appears to have settled into sleep again. Now, for those of you that do want to try and catch this legendary Pokemon, I believe that it will reappear after you beat the Pokemon League, so just keep that in mind. Anyway, let's quickly just use one of our escape ropes to get out of here. And now, the harsh sunlight is over, we are fine once again. Now, I believe in one of these houses up here, yes, this guy. You want to talk to him? For 30 years, I've remained in Sootopolis, honing my skills. I've developed a shattering TM. I bequeath it to you. Obtain the TM31. TM31 contains Brick Break. It's a move so horrible that I can't describe it. Well, it's a 75 power fighting type move that also breaks down light screen and reflect if it's used while those are up, so it's actually a pretty good move. I definitely know who I want to use that on, but we'll be holding off because I always like to hold off powerful TMs until the Pokemon League, just in case I have any deaths. Anyway, we're gonna quickly go into the mart here and sell off those big pearls that I got. And now that that has been taken care of, the gym is now finally open to us, so we're gonna spend the rest of this, or at least I believe it is. Anyway, let's actually swap Force to the back. And depending on how things go, we'll probably address that addendum I mentioned last episode. Seipher, we owe it all to you. The sky above Sootopolis has returned to normal. For that, Wallace sends his thanks too. And the same Wallace is waiting for you inside. He's strong, but the way you are now, you should be on equal footing with him. Give it your best shot. Alright, well, as he said, Sootopolis City Pokemon Gym Leader Wallace, artist and lover of water. Alright, well, despite him being a water type specialist, this gym seems more akin to an ice type specialist. Anyway, it's a pretty simple puzzle. Just make sure that you walk on all available tiles, but don't step on a tile more than once. However, because the trainers are down here, I'm going to be coming on down to get into a fight with them. I should teach you how harsh battles can be. Okay. Because for the remainder of this episode, we're going to clean out these gym trainers, and then I'll prepare off screen depending on how high my level goes. I probably should put the amulet coin on now that I think about it, because I don't really need the added power, and actually Urbosa doesn't have anything to add to her power, so it's probably a bit too much. I'm sure that I can... I mean, I have the amulet coin and I have Gabby and Ty, who are at their maximum level. They won't level up anymore now, so I could just fight them over and over again if I'm really in need of money. Oh, you're strong. Yeah. Anyway, let's take on this girl next. I suppose I could say that usually I kind of expect the 7th gym leader that we faced last time to go down that easily, because in Ruby and Sapphire they're kind of pathetic. They only have 2 Pokemon and they're in a double battle, so basically you can easily gang up on one of them and turn it into a 2-on-1, or rather a 6-on-1, since you're usually carrying a full team by this point. So it would be kind of difficult to really end up in a bad situation there. It's a little harder in Emerald, where they have 4 Pokemon and some rather good synergy, but it's not anything really to worry about. Anyway, let's see, this should be an Azumarill. Okay, that's a little bulky, but we can easily take care of that, I think. Yeah, Thunderbolt's doing some good work. Alright, and after this we'll just have one more puzzle to go through that we have to go through both puzzles just to get to it. So thankfully things seem to be going rather well. But yeah, this definitely seems like more of a puzzle for an Ice-type gym, but I suppose with only 2 Ice-type families in all of Hoenn, it's a pretty lackluster idea to make an Ice-type gym leader. Granted, I do kind of think that you could make an Ice-type gym without having Ice-type Pokemon, because you could get rather creative with having Pokemon that know Ice-type moves, rather than just having Ice-type Pokemon for an Ice-type gym leader, but that's neither here nor there, I suppose. I mean, it did end up happening in the Diamond and Pearl games, and I know that I just screwed this up, so let's just drop on down. It's been a while since I've done this one in particular. Graceful glide across the ice while crossing no lines. Okay. Let's just use Shockwave. Alright, Urbosa. Easily taking care of this. Let's just use a Thunderbolt because this thing has a lot of HP. And Thunderbolts on this as well, because well, all of my attacks aside from Bite don't make contact, so would have been fine either way. So Urbosa is definitely getting up there, so I should probably swap to someone else now that we're in the final room of trainers. So let's have Shogo actually get some work in. We'll challenge this beauty. And I had a feeling, yeah, you have the Lombre, so we can easily just have Shogo take you out with strength. Alright, that's good. Shogo gets to level 43. And you know what? Just for the heck of it, let's have Buren. I know that Buren doesn't have any moves that are really good against water types, but might as well see what the girl can do. I mean, she does at least have Body Slam, and that's pretty decent, and the physical bulk to really fight back against bulky threats. So, Body Slam. Okay, it's not going to be as quick as using Urbosa or Forest, but this should be fine, I think. And I gave her the Shell Bell last episode, so she's gonna restore HP, although that's bad, having a Whalmer with rest. Well, let's just do some more Body Slams. Dang, critical hit. Thanks, Buren. And one more ought to do it. One last Pokemon, another Whalmer, so let's just do the same that we did last time. And hopefully you get another high roll like that to finish this off. Or it just gets paralyzed and can't heal, so we'll finish this off with an Ice Beam. I went to the trouble of teaching you that from a TM that I got from the Mauville Game Corner, since I used the one from the abandoned ship on Stussy, so... And now Buren's level 43. Alright, well I guess it's not so bad. Let's As much as I want Lombardi and Darude to partake, I'm actually going to have Shogo back in to fight this last person. When I'm with my Pokemon, the time flies by before you can say oops. Okay, well that's interesting, I suppose. Well, Azurill, so Shogo should have no problem. You know what? I'm just going to set up a Swords Dance just because I don't hear anything that this thing can do. Yeah, you're just wasting time with a Tail Whip, so now anything Shogo does should be able to take you out. Again with the Marill, and Azumarill should be no problem either. Okay. All good. And with that, there are no more trainers in this gym. I could fight trainers around the world because there are plenty in the sea that I haven't fought, but I think with that, I'm actually going to repeal my addendum because I have no need for it now. However, I'm not going to be challenging Wallace today, or at least in this episode, because I do tend to record these things in batches. However, I do want to go through the puzzle just so that you all can see the path to get through here. And with that, we can technically challenge Wallace. However, I will be saving that for next time, so I'm going to end things off here. I want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, stay gold.
Playback sequence terminated. Transmission disconnected.